heck? Oh, it's on. I'm about to be doing videos on video.
Chucktown girl, now Rock Hill, living. I graduated from college. My channel is what you're feeling. I can do some vlogs and do some challenges. I even motivate you when your money's feeling shit. Now just tune in. I just got started. Promise make you laugh. I promise I keep it coming back to see what's new with my channel and all. It's the Ashley Show, and I'm rocking with y'all. Hey, the Ashley Show. It's the Ashley Show. Hey, the Ashley Show. It's the Ashley Show. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Therapy Sessions with Ashley. Just kidding. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Ashley Show. Woo! I hope everyone is prepared for a really great week ahead. I hope you had a really great weekend, had a great Sunday, got, rest, or listen to a sermon online, or wrote in your planner about things that you need to accomplish this week. But I just want everybody to have a successful week. And today, we are going to talk about discipline. I feel like that is very, very important for people to carry out their lives and to be able to accomplish many things in life and to be a productive human being. So I'm going to talk about what discipline means to me, how I use it, how I'm disciplined in my life, and what you can do to be disciplined and why it's important, just kind of all of the above. So let's get to it. Okay, so I always look up like a definition of the word and kind of just make it my own, or take part of the definition and think, yeah, that is how I go about those things. So Google says discipline is the practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior, using punishment to correct disobedience. And then it goes into some other things, but I like the fact that it said to train people to obey rules, and just a code of behavior. So that's the part that I want to take away. Not necessarily like punishment, because we're all adults here. I'm assuming that everybody who's watching this right now, we're all adults. We don't have anybody punishing us for not being disciplined. The real punisher is yourself. If you're not accomplishing certain things, or you weren't disciplined enough to get tasks done, who's really gonna suffer? Who's really going to punish? At the end of the day, you are gonna punish yourself because you're not gonna get the results that you need in the end. So anytime I think about being disciplined, I think about all of us being capable of being disciplined. If you think about it, we all had to go to school. That was just a law, right? So we, grew up, then we enrolled in school from, as early as whenever they took you, but from kindergarten, elementary, high school, we had to instill some kind of rules to be disciplined, to wake up at a certain time, to make sure that we're ready by a certain time to catch the bus or whatever our transportation was, go to school, sit through class, learn, and then come home and do whatever and do it all again. A routine. You were disciplined enough to follow those orders. Where it gets tricky is eventually, you no longer are required to go to school, right? After you complete high school, then you either go to college, where it takes more discipline, or you enter the workforce. So now you don't have like your parents there to instill that in you. They teach you all of these things when you're younger, and then they send you on your way, and they just hope that you grasp it, and they hope that you somehow came into your own and you were able to to hold yourself accountable for your actions once leaving out of the home. So with that being said, everyone is capable of being disciplined. I mean, we learned it as young as having to go to school, knowing that you got homework that you had to complete, turned it into school. If you want the end results to be well, if you wanted good grades, if you wanted to go on to college, you were disciplined enough to sit down at the table and do your work and send it off, right? So I guess I'm going to go into why that is important, why those little skills, and even when you go on to, for example, college, if you don't balance, if you don't create rules for yourself and certain structure for yourself, you're not going to be successful. Point blank. That's the key. Discipline equals success. That's not all, when you filling up your little pot of how to be successful. What is success? It's not just discipline. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff that's going into the pot, but discipline, I feel, is one, just me, is one of the tools that results in success. I mean, you can think about this in everyday life, workforce. You set your schedule, you go in at a certain time. It also has something to do with time management too. So you sit at your desk, whatever you do at your job, right? You know that there's a certain amount of hours that you're supposed to put in. Or if you're teaching a class or whatever, you know that there's a certain time that something has to happen before the day is over with. If you don't make rules for yourself, if you're not disciplined enough to get it done, then what's going to happen? Then you didn't accomplish everything that you needed to do for that day. You go on to the next day, you go on to the next day, and the next day, and everything just boils over, and you never reached the goal because you weren't disciplined. You didn't have enough control to begin with. And there's so many other words that are coming to mind when I think about discipline. I think about time management. I think about self-control. I think about structure, responsibility. There's so many things that happen with discipline. But I think that's something that everybody is capable of having. That's a certain trait that everybody's capable of having. And I think it's important for success. If there's certain things, okay, perfect example. Right now, a lot of us, some of us, our lives and our daily routine has not changed. Some of us are still going to work like normal. The only things that's changed is they're wearing masks, gloves, whatever. Their cubicles or, whatever is 6 feet apart from people. For others, collecting unemployment, you're at home, whether your job was in the school district or fitness route, whatever. Some of us have changed. We worked for the government, county, whatever. Some of us changed, some of us working from home, whatever the case is. Okay. If you are working from home and you have, however that works for some people, you are logging in your hours, you still have to get certain projects done at home. Say you were to, because you're working from home, you're like, I can get those 8 hours in whenever, right? Okay. But if you don't stick to the routine, if you're not disciplined enough to obey the rules and get your mind right and get your body in order, you're going to wake up late, sit up late, then wake up late, then stay in your pajamas maybe all day, not make your bed, whatever. Your whole routine is off, and that's the way you start your morning or the way that you start your day. If it's off, then the rest of the day is going to be off. then the mentality is going to be off, right? Because you're oh, you know, I got all the time in the world. You're not worried about nothing. You moseying around the day. Oh, I'm gonna get those 8 hours. I'm gonna log in. You know, I'm gonna do my work whenever I have time, or I'll just make it up later, or it's not that important, right? And everything is thrown off, and then you're not setting yourself up for success. So that's one example. Another example, me. The example that I'm gonna give is I am not working, you know, because I was a group fitness instructor, so the gyms are closed, and I was a fitness instructor for little kids. They're not in school. I did it while they were in school, right? If now that I'm home, I'm not clocking in, I have no boss to report to, right? I'm home, I am my own boss, I am my own person. My biggest thing that I have been telling people, that I have been preaching, I don't want to come out of this lockdown and be lazier than I was before, have no motivation, have no guidance, all over the place, right? So for me to keep everything the way that it was and to instill discipline in myself, I am not going to sleep too late. I'm going to still wake up. What I would have normally done was I was in the gym 24/7 teaching classes. And then on the side, I would have been using whatever time I had to dance, choreograph, whatever. Why not still do that? Why am I going to sleep all day and just not accomplish anything? If you think about it, the world doesn't stop. The world has not stopped. Time is going on. The weeks are going by faster than ever. I don't know if anybody else feels this way. The weeks are going by extremely fast. Why am I going to waste this year, at the beginning of the year? Now, I created a vision board. I had all of these things that I wanted to accomplish from January till December, and then, you know, long-term goals. But I had a vision board. I had a plan, right? Why am I going to use this virus, this pandemic, why am I going to allow this pandemic to waste my time? You got months gone now. Like I said, I had a vision board. I had plans. Am I really going to, you know, me talking to myself, am I really going to sit back and let 3, 4, 5, whoever know all these months pass by? And then who do I have to blame? Who is going to get punished at the end of the day? I had from January to December, right, to accomplish these short-term goals and to set a foundation for my long-term goals. And now I'm going to waste 6 months out of my years? And I say that because, like, thinking about my age, I'm gonna waste 6 months. I'm never gonna get those months back. I'm never gonna get this age that I am right now back, right? So what I would have been doing was dancing, working out, working on my body, and then still teaching and talking and connecting with people. I'm still doing that. I'm still waking up, discipline. Still wake up, still eat breakfast, whatever. Work out. Now everything is virtual, working out online or coming up with exercises myself. And then still connecting with people online via social media. Seeing what other people are doing in their spare time, other people like me who are still at home. Still participating in the Zoom meetings that I would have been participating in. My e-groups from church, still watching church online, still doing things, still teaching from home, still doing everything, or at least close to everything that I would have been doing on a normal basis. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're like me, I like to move. I can't sit still. I feel guilty, and I know this is horrible, but I feel guilty sometimes when I'm not doing something. When I am, you know, we all have our lazy moments. We all have our unmotivated moments. Ha ha ha, because this is a motivational Monday. But let's be real. We all have those moments But for me, sometimes when I know I could be doing something, when I know I could be like training, you know, anything, you can learn anything. Every day is a teaching moment. You can learn something, right? So when I'm sitting, not dancing, not learning, not training, I feel guilty. And I'm like, I should be doing something, you know? But you gotta think. Not saying that you shouldn't use this time to rest, right? Because when are you ever... I mean, I hope this never happens again, but this is a perfect time to rest your body. We are so used to working 9 to 5, work to pay bills. I mean, that is just, we're so used to the monotonous every day that yes, take this time to rest. Take this time to do things for yourself that you would have not had time otherwise because you were reporting to another boss. You know, so do things for yourself at the same time. I would say don't get too comfortable and don't get too relaxed. Discipline. There is a time for everything. And 7 days a week, if you sleep in 7 days a week, 24 hours, and you had something on your vision board that you wanted to accomplish, I promise you that when we come out of this pandemic, you're not going to be anywhere close to what you wanted to accomplish in life. You're not going to be anywhere close. You need to use this time now when there's no other responsibilities. You know, I get it, you're a parent, you're a mother, you're still working from home, I get that. But when you have the time, if you have the extra time now to focus on you and to get some things done, do it. Don't wait till after we come out of this, because you're going to be in the same place. If you didn't have no time before, or you wasn't doing anything before, and then you still not doing anything now, and then we come out of this, whenever we come out of this, you're going to be in the same spot. You're going to be in the same place, right? So what I'm trying to preach is stay disciplined, stay consistent, so when we do eventually come out of this, you're a little bit further. You're a little bit better. You at least moved a little something because your mind was still working. Your body was still working while you were at home. You're not just sitting. You're still doing stuff. You're still disciplined. Do daily, get up. That is something you can do. Get up at a decent time in the day. Make your bed. I will never, this has been, you know how sometimes you listen to certain things and then it just stays in your brain? I was watching a video on YouTube, and the lady that I was watching, she picked this up from somebody else, but if you make your bed, you are more likely to accomplish more things the rest of the day. That is just something that, you know, you grow up, you hate doing it because your parents tell you to do it. But if it's something that you've always done, it just makes everything neater. It makes you more organized, like in here. It makes you anxiety levels. It makes everything better when you make up your bed. Okay? And I've been doing it since living at home with the parents. I do it when I did it in college. I did it now living on my own. I still do it now. Because it feels like, that is the first task that I completed. Discipline, rules, structure. Bed is made. Now I can start my day. Discipline. I think everybody has the capability to be disciplined. It's just, what does that look like for you? What does that look like for you? What do you do in your daily life to keep everything in order, to make sure that by the end of the day that you checked everything off your list, and you're not pushing it till tomorrow, and you're not pushing it to the weekend, and it's not falling on next week, and then you're drowning because you can never keep up because you're not ever accomplishing anything, and start off with small tasks. But you don't want to come out of this lockdown and be the same person you were, or to be stuck where you were. This is the time. This is the best time than any. And right now, I know this is like horrible. We're going through so much. It's, I get it. It's serious. It's not a laughing matter, but it's kind of amazing at the same time, because I know for me, I was working. The whole point of me working is so I can make money, so I can pay bills, right? And I was not focusing on my craft at all, not finding time for the things that brought me peace and joy. And, a lot of us who aren't in their, like, careers yet, who are not, like, at their last job, their careers, they're happy, they're content. I'm speaking to the ones who are just doing something in the meantime and then, like, because they really want to do something else. That's what I'm talking to. I'm talking to the people out there who's just working a job that they're, not passionate about, or working a job just to save to get to their end result, right? Sometimes you forget what that is because you're doing so much for other people. So use this time to do stuff for yourself, to instill discipline and the right practices now. Don't use this time to sit. It's not vacation time. That's just me being in this very ambitious, goal-oriented state. It's not, it's balance. Balance and self-control. Rest, but don't get lazy. Rest, but don't get comfortable. You're still working. You still should use this time to work, because a lot of us who are here and want to get here, and this ain't what we passionate about, and this is not what we love, we need to be planning. We need to be training. We need to be working. We need to be studying. We need to be learning. So we're not wasting time, so we can get to here. Every time I do one of these, I feel like I'm preaching. I feel like there's always, those preachers that have like a title and they have like a main message they start with, and then there's like a message within the message within the, woo! It was a good sermon today. But yes. So I hope I was clear in this message. I feel like these Motivational Mondays help a lot more people than I realize they do. It's literally just me talking to myself, really. But also, of course, those who listen and who get something and grasp something. And I hope that as I'm talking and you're listening, other stuff is jumping into your heart and into your mind, and you're like, yes, and you're like, this is what I also feel, and I wish she would have said this, and maybe this, I wanted to stir up other ideas in other people, and start thinking, well, how can I be more disciplined in my daily life? How can I be more consistent? Like I said, it's not just one word. I mean, all these words bounce off of each other, but I found this in my heart, like, throughout the week and over the weekend, because I'm like, this is it. This is what I'm practicing now, so I can be more successful in the future. These are the things that I'm limiting myself on. This is the stuff, time management, my priorities. This is me prioritizing my time. What's most important to me, I'm practicing that now. So when I start working on the plan and the goal and the end result and my purpose, I already have that self-control, that the structure that I need in order to continue to be successful, in order to continue to have the right mindset. So that is all that I have today. I hope you enjoy this message. I hope you got something out of it. Be sure to check out my other motivational messages. And yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. Be sure to comment, like, share, and subscribe. And just remember, stay consistent, motivated, and encouraged during this lockdown. Bye.